Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. They call me the doctor who listens more than he speaks. After more than 40 years of practicing medicine in the peaceful towns and mountain villages of Japan, I've learned something that no textbook ever taught me. A long life doesn't happen by accident. It leaves clues. Clues in your breath, in your balance, in how you rise from a chair, in the light behind your eyes. As a physician born in the United States, but shaped by the quiet wisdom of Japanese elders, many of whom live well past 90, I've spent decades observing what truly predicts longevity after 70. Not guesses, not myths, but signs backed by science and confirmed by the lives of people I've cared for. Let me share with you the story of a man named Ichiro and the 7 signs that revealed not just how long he might live, but how well. The farmer with a secret. Ichiro was 83 when I first met him, a retired rice farmer from Niigata. Tall, lean, soft-spoken. His hands were rough from decades in the fields. He had walked to my clinic that morning, carrying a small bag of persimmons he had picked from his own tree. He sat down gently, looked me in the eye, and said, "Doctor, how long do you think I have?" Most people ask that when they're sick, but Ichiro wasn't sick. He was curious. So I examined him, not just physically, but through a lens I had developed after years of watching people either fade away or thrive after 70. And Ichiro, without realizing it, was showing every one of the signs that predict a longer, healthier life. Now, let me show them to you. 1. Grip strength, the hidden indicator. How strongly you can squeeze a hand is one of the best predictors of how long you'll live. A large study from The Lancet found that lower grip strength is linked to higher risk of cardiovascular disease, respiratory illness, overall mortality. Why? Because grip strength reflects overall muscle quality, nerve health, and biological age. When I shook Ichiro's hand, it was firm but not forced. His grip felt grounded, alive. That told me more than any blood pressure reading. Test yourself. Can you firmly squeeze a tennis ball for 10 seconds without pain or weakness? 2. Walking speed, the pace of longevity. How fast you walk, especially after 70, matters more than you think. A 2011 study in JAMA showed that each 0.1 meters per second increase in walking speed correlated with a 12% decrease in mortality. Faster walkers tend to have better heart and lung function, maintain coordination and balance, stay socially and physically active. Ichiro's walking pace was calm but steady. No cane, no wobble. His posture upright. He walked not like someone trying to survive but like someone with purpose. Try this. Time yourself walking for meters. Healthy seniors average 1.0 to 1.4 meters per second. Where do you fall? 3. Ability to rise from a chair without hands. This simple movement test is more revealing than most realize. If you can stand up from a chair without using your hands, you likely have good leg strength, strong core and balance, lower risk of falls and fractures. Falls are one of the leading causes of disability and death in those over 75. The ability to rise confidently tells us your legs, spine, and nervous system are still working in harmony. Ichiro stood effortlessly from the tatami mat in my office. His knees didn't tremble. His back didn't strain. I took note. Practice daily. Try standing from a low chair using only your legs. Time yourself. Can you do it 10 times in under 30 seconds? 4. Waist to height ratio. Better than BMI. Forget BMI. A more accurate measure of long-term health risk is your waist to height ratio. The ideal? Your waist should be less than half your height. Excess visceral fat around the abdomen increases risk for type 2 diabetes, heart disease, stroke, inflammatory conditions. Ichiro stood at 165 centimeters, and his waist measured just under 80 centimeters. A nearly perfect ratio. Check yourself. Measure your waist just above the belly button and divide it by your height. Is it under 0.55? Social engagement, the longevity of connection. In Japan, we call it ikigai, or reason for waking up in the morning. Elders who remain socially active, connected to others, and involved in their community live longer and happier lives. Studies from blue zones areas of the world, where people live the longest, consistently show that daily connection with family, friends, or purpose-driven groups dramatically reduces all-cause mortality. Ichiro was a member of his local shrine committee. He led a weekly tea gathering. He visited neighbors, shared garden vegetables, and still taught local children how to plant rice. He wasn't just alive, he was in life. Ask yourself, do you have people to talk to every day? A purpose, a group that expects your presence. 6. Resting heart rate, the silent signal. Your resting heart rate is a window into your cardiovascular system. A lower resting rate between 60 to 75 bpm is linked to better heart efficiency, lower risk of stroke and heart disease, longer lifespan. Ichiro's pulse was 66 beats per minute, calm, steady, even under conversation. It told me his heart was strong, not overworked. Check yours, sit quietly for 5 minutes, then measure your pulse. Is it within that healthy range? If it's consistently above 80, speak with your doctor. 7. Optimism and emotional resilience. Science is finally catching up to what ancient wisdom always knew. Your mindset influences your lifespan. In a 10-year study published in PNAS, people with higher optimism lived 11 to 15% longer and were more likely to reach age 85 or older. Why? Because optimism reduces stress hormones, improves immune response, and leads to healthier behaviors. Ichiro never complained. When I asked about hardship, he smiled. Hardship visits everyone, he said, but some make it tea and listen. Self-reflection. Do you approach problems with curiosity or fear? Do you believe the best is still ahead? A quiet truth. Ichiro passed away peacefully at age 94. But in the decade after I met him, he lived fully, harvesting rice, attending festivals, helping his grandchildren build a garden behind their school. When I spoke at his memorial, I said this: he didn't chase longevity, he practiced it. And now, so can you. In summary, the 7 scientifically proven predictors of longevity after 70. Grip strength reflects total body strength and biological age. Walking speed, linked to heart health and mortality risk. Standing without hands indicates lower fall risk and muscle coordination. Waist-to-height ratio predicts chronic disease and metabolic health. Social engagement enhances mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Resting heart rate, a marker of heart efficiency. And longevity, optimism, affects stress, immunity, and even your genes. These aren't random signs. They are measurable, modifiable, and meaningful. Each one is a doorway to longer life, but more importantly, to a better one. Final words from Dr. Raymond Kondo. You don't need to chase immortality. You only need to care for today with the awareness that your body, your mind, and your relationships are all speaking to you. Listen, practice these signs, observe them, strengthen what is weak, celebrate what is strong, and know this: you are not your age. You are your habits, your thoughts, your connections, and your will to continue moving forward. If this story gave you hope, insight, or a new perspective on aging, please like this video. Comment below with the sign that resonated most with you, and subscribe to the channel for more grounded, science-based, and heart-led wisdom shared by someone who has spent a lifetime learning from those who truly live.